I'm not scared. Are you scared? Another dictator approaches. Let's open him up. What is happening, y'all? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you to another episode of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where we unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you like to see what I see, then hit that like and subscribe and get notified when we have new videos. Thank you so very much. So I will currently, when you're watching this, I will probably be in Washington, D.C. on my way to TFCon, and I can't wait to do that because I'll get to meet all my fun YouTube friends. I'll get to meet all these people that I met last time I was at a TFCon, but I was too shy to talk to. This time I will not be shy. Anyway, regardless, I'm giving you this. This is filmed in the past, so this is not present Jimmy, this is past Jimmy, but we are taking a look at a beautiful figure here called Straxus, and he is from the comic book continuity of Transformers, and that would be this dude here. And so he, if you don't know much about Straxus, he is a dictator on the planet like Darkmount, I believe. He is also known as Darkmount, Rollermaster, and as Straxus too as well. But he's a dictator. He doesn't care who he threatens, whether it's his own people or the Autobots or Decepticons. Doesn't matter. He is a baddie bad. But love this artwork. I've got my blaster here ready to reenact all of this fun here. But really cool. I'm so glad that Hasbro is releasing these minor characters, I would say, that they're giving us some of these comic books, and I hope they give us more comic book characters. So 39 steps to turn Straxus into his canon mode, and I'll tell you what, from the comic book to this, it looks really good. Even though this is a retool of Galvatron, it's one of those molds that was made for Straxus as well. So just really, really nice. And what I love about these comic book boxes here, it's Velcro, so you can open it up and take a look, and there he is, tied into his prison, ready to be free of his prison realm. So why don't we do that? So here it is. Straxus rules over the smelting pools of Polyhex, melting down Autobots and neutral Cybertronians into metal to be reused by the Decepticons. Let's get him out of the box. Let's do that. I'm going to do that through the magic of video editing. So let's get him out of the box right now. Skadoosh! Out of the box onto my table is Lord Straxus here, and I've got to tell you right now, I think he's gorgeous. He looks really, really great. Loving the colors so far. Love his almost like a fish looking face, like a stingray or something like that. Just think he looks really, really gnarly, really, really menacing and intimidating. And what you get in the box, of course, you get his cannon tip, which you can use as a weapon. You also get his axe that you can use. So there's the axe. No, just molded plastic, no paint to it or anything like that. But really, really cool. You also get the instructions, which will be my best friend as I kind of go through kind of transforming this dude. And then you get Straxus himself. And so from a height standpoint, what you're looking at close to 7.25, 7.5 inches tall out of the box. And so you have him here. Really, really excited to have this dude, man. I'm telling you what, let me just bring it in. Let me just bring it in closer so y'all can see him for yourself. Just really, really nice. Love the face, the Decepticon logo right there painted on the top of his forehead. This little kind of comic book kind of art that they did here, deco. You can kind of see it along the legs too as well. Just looks really good. The blue, the blacks, and the reds. This is kind of my favorite kind of color scheme. With the gray, I think he just looks gorgeous. That's all I got to say about that. He looks gorgeous. Now, again, he's just a retool of Galvatron, but That I don't mind if they make him look this good. So from an articulation, your head swivels. It does move a little bit up or down. Your arm, you do have, it does come out like so. You have the swivel here. You also have bicep right there. Your arm, your hands swivel too as well. You also have swivel at the waist, not much, but a little bit. No ab crunch. Let's go ahead and pop these arms up. And let's see the leg. You can Van Damme him if you want to. You also have a 90-degree bend there. And then as far as moving forward, yep, his cod piece comes up so you can kick forward and you can kick back, but this backpack kind of gets in the way. And then the ankles, you do have a little bit of tilt, I think there. It's tight, but right. So there we go. So you have a little bit there, but that is it for articulation for this big bad boy here. You can, let's go ahead and put his weapons in his hands. Let's do that. And there, now he is armed to the teeth, ready to schmelt some Autobots. So that's just really, really cool. And so for comparison's sake, if you want to see, you know, him compared to his other brother from another mother, here is Lord Galvatron. So you can kind of see they are the same, I mean, just pretty much identical molds here, just some different retooling done where you get more squarish body versus this angular here. But my Galvatron, he's a little dusty, so don't mind him. He's been sitting up just gathering some dust, but he looks gorgeous from I just can't say enough about him. I think he looks really, really good. So let's compare him to another Voyager class. And there we go. We got Blaster, who he fights on that cover. Let's take a look at a deluxe class. And we'll bring in just another kind of lesser known Autobot. That's DevCon. We'll bring in a core class so you can kind of see how that looks. There's Optimus Prime. And let's see, do I have some room? Do I have enough room to bring in the masterpiece? Light of Peace right there. Yeah. And then let's just bring in one more. Let's bring in a Legend Scale DevCon. So there he is. So you can kind of see how Straxus, so we're going to get this core out of here. And so mainly it's going to be the Deluxe and the Voyager and the Leader class is what you're going to kind of compare him with. But overall, just a beauty of a robot. And I just realized I forgot to do my little rotisserie view here. So there is the front, the side, the back, and his backpack, the side, and the front. So let's do this. Let's take those 30 steps. I am not going to bore you with me transforming him. There are other people that do it so much better. So we're going to come back with him in his alt mode here in just a moment. He's spinning. You got me right round, baby, right round. Oh, he kind of doing the whole Olympics breakdancing there. So there we are. But yeah, let's get him into alt mode. And here, folks, he is in alt mode, his cannon mode, which is a little bit different than Galvatron, which the transformation's a little bit different. The retooling they did, it's a little bit different, so which is a pleasant surprise. I actually like this transformation. I think it looks really, really good. I think it looks really awesome, and you can do some different things to kind of modify it yourself on this. But first of all, there it is. Taking a look at it, it is gorgeous. And so from a length standpoint, you're looking at about 10 inches there. Love the effect here on the barrel, and of course right here along the legs. Just the colors and everything just work really, really well. Love how this axe is up here at the top and just kind of fits in with the overall aesthetic. The cool thing too as well, and then there is the front of it right there. Just looks good. You can adjust the height however you want it. You can have it shooting more low, shooting up more higher. But yeah, it just looks so good. I like how everything came together too. It just really came together really well. And just love just kind of just the little bit of different and uniqueness from the Galvatron transformation there. And then there is the back right there, got a little bit of gappiness right there. You can kind of see, but just overall, this alt mode's good. This alt mode's good. Let me bring in Galvatron here so you can kind of see the two together. There they are. So you can kind of see together how this stands a little bit taller. This is a little bit lower to the ground. And the barrel, this one's a little bit longer versus shorter on here. But overall, I mean, let me see if I can kind of get it kind of popping up here really quick. Give me just a second. All right, let's go skyward. But there you go. You can kind of see some of the differences there between Lord Galvatron and Lord Straxus there. So I am enjoying Straxus. I think it looks good. The transformation, thank you Toys R Us for the transformation video. That really helped out in just kind of like, I'm a more visual learner, and if I see someone doing it, I can do it. But that is it. That is how he looks. So yeah, on a scale of good, bad, awesome for this alt mode, I'd say it's pretty awesome. I dig it. And it kind of makes me kind of go, do I keep him in alt mode or do I keep him in bot mode? Well, the cool thing about Transformers is you can just alternate between the two. So that's what I love about that. So let's do this. Let's go back to the chair, to Jimmy in the chair, and let's give him some of my final thoughts. But before I do that, just to show you what I mean by the height, you can kind of bring it down if you want to, a little bit lower. Something that I like doing is I like bringing it up, like way up, and then taking the arm where you're supposed to kind of have that on there and using it to adjust, you know, to where it's kind of lays a little bit flatter. So now I have it kind of way kind of higher. There we go. And yeah, so you can adjust that height if you want to. It's your toy. You do whatever you want to. Some of you might be going, blasphemy, you're not supposed to do that. No, I could do it if I want. So yeah, now let's go talk to Jimmy in the chair and get my final thoughts on this Lord Straxus. Thank you, Jimmy, over in the review center. So what are my final thoughts on Straxus? First of all, he is gorgeous. I love it. Look at that face. It is just so cool. I love it's like, it's either squid-like or insect-like. I don't know what to tell you. It's just freaking amazing. That's all I got to say. It's just very cool. Love the red, the blue, and the grays on this guy. You know, I don't mind that it's a Galvatron remold because I think they retooled it enough to give it some differences. But I just love that we're getting these minor characters. My only minor nitpicks is just the same with the Galvatron mold. It's just these rounded stuff, and it's just not as posable as I would like him to be. I mean, you do have the thigh twist, which I forgot to show you, but I just, you know, the legs, the feetsies kind of get in the way for me. But other than that, I mean, there's not really any big qualms. His alt mode, I mean, fairly straightforward to transform. The alt mode, it just looks like a stubby Galvatron, pretty much a little stubby with that little stubby cannon right there. But this is the mode that he will stay in for me. And I like him with his little pickaxe kind of on his shoulder, his gun in his hand. It almost looks like a hairdryer, just really does, doesn't it? But on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I believe this guy is awesome. I am loving the comic book re-releases of these figures. I think Hasbro's doing a really good job with those, and I would ask them to do more more comic book re-releases. Do the rest of the Dinobots. That would be awesome. Do some more of the more obscure characters that we can get. I think it would be so cool because I grew up on not only the cartoons but also the comic books for Transformers, and they were two totally different stories, which was really, really cool. So definitely pick this up. It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, so you have to go to Hasbro's website to get him. He's going to run you, I think it was like $60, so he's going to run you about that to get him, plus shipping. But other than that, that is him, and I can't wait to open up my last comic book one with Flame, so I can't wait to do that one for y'all. But tune in next time when we talk about something else good, bad, awesome. If you enjoyed this video, maybe consider becoming a member, or a super thanks goes a long way, and even being just a subscriber goes a long way. But in the meantime, I do ask y'all to do this. Stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. I'm going to go play with this guy a little bit more. Come on, Straxus. Let's go smelt some Autobots.